Hello.
The most positive person I know.
Come on. Really?
So what's so similar between you and Mary Poppins other than being positive?
Kids. Good with kids. I love kids. I love kids, have always loved kids. I'm not one of these parents that only loves my own kids. I love all kids, and...
Even the ones that bully your kids?
Not those ones. I don't love the parents of those ones.
What do you tell them to get away from being bullied?
Well, you just need to go and find a kid who's kind. You know, you need to walk away from people like that. And you have to explain that some kids are mean. And that doesn't mean you have to be. And it doesn't mean you have to take it on the chin. You just walk away. I think there's a lot of different perspectives on how you can raise kids and how you can be a mother. I think whether you're desperate for a baby and you can't have a baby, whether you've lost a baby, or whether you have a baby and yet you feel like your marriage is in turmoil or sort of distanced.
Working with your husband.
Yes.
He told me he didn't want you to do it for him.
I mean, I think that he wanted me to come to it on my own accord, and we'd been asked to work together before, but to find a project where the concept and the idea was bigger than the fact that we were a married couple. And I think I quickly realized how much I identified with this mother that he'd written, and how I realized that our marriage actually would lend itself to this particular project. John and I have this life experience with each other of all the things we've gone through together as a couple that subconsciously or consciously we're going to sort of make it onto the screen, and I think that was exciting for me.
Did you take any of it home?
I think it's easier to cut off from talking about work when one person's not involved in the project. You know, I think that we were both so embroiled in this, and especially John, who's in the all-consuming role of being in it and directing it. So we talked about it a lot, but we drank a lot of whiskey.
Would you like to have a quiet place at home?
Well, I do during nap time, or sort of at bedtime. I think nighttime and nap time are the only times when it is quiet in my house.
And when do you think your kids will see this movie?
When they're 50.
John told me when they are 40, so you added another 10.
I'm going to add another decade before they're subjected to this kind of trauma.